Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Terracards madness. It is great to be here, and I hope you're doing well today, my friends. So what is on the docket today? Well, originally I had planned to do the plant cow run here today for my next episode. However, after looking into it just a little bit, some of the essence rewards that would be most important to a plant cow run are not working properly with the plant cow. So I'm going to shelve that for now, and I'm going to make it up to you, my friends, by baking you some fresh chocolate chip cookies. Now, in concept, this seems simple, but let me assure you it is not, and I'll show you why. Let's jump on into a new farm here. We're going to go with the regular. For our perks, we're going to take Save the Animals, obviously. It's a very strong one. Definitely go with that. I'm going to do 7 Seas Explorer because we're going to have to basically put together a very giant plot of land for sure. And then why don't we go with Monoculture? It's either that or Plant a Tree is a pretty good one. Let's go with Monoculture. Sure thing. And for our farm name, we're going to call this Chalky Chip Cookie. Yeah, we'll do that. The English major me is just cringing right now, but we're doing it. Chalky Chip Cookie. Let's go. Let's go. And while we're going here, my friends, if you are enjoying the Terracards content here on the channel, let me tell you that we do play this game here regularly. And if this is a game that you enjoy, well, this channel is a good resource for you. So if you want to keep seeing Terracards, just become a subscriber. All could would love to have you in the community. Give the video a like if you think I'm doing a good job here. You can also join the Discord, link in the video description. So let's start things off here. And I think what we want to do is... So I kind of have a funky opening here. And in my opening, we're going to do something a little bit like this. I'm going to get my water wells here and my opening wheat here. We're going to end our turn there, and let's take a quick look at the chocolate chip cookies here. So, to make the chocolate chips cookie, right, you'll probably notice that it does sell really well. Well, it does. $14.50, I mean, that's a pretty mighty sum. In fact, I think it might be the second highest in the game. If we look at some of these other products, obviously the chocolate carrot cake is the king, but the chocolate chip cookie, you know, is right up there as well. So $14.50. In concept, like I said, it seems simple. Chocolate chip cookie dough to the oven to make the cookie, right? Well, once you start kind of prying the layers back just a little bit, you'll find that it's actually super complex. And in general, I must admit, anything that involves the chocolate bar, I mean, you got a complex production chain on your hands if you have a chocolate bar as your ingredient. So chocolate bar and cookie dough in the crusher makes the chocolate chip cookie dough and then into the oven. Obviously, the chocolate bar has a very complex production chain to make that involves a ton of buildings here. And then if we look at the cookie dough here real quick, so this is another mildly complex production chain, including its own refined sugar line. So we need a lot of buildings in this, my friends. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize buildings for sure. I think we need to. If we're going to get to where we need to go, we have to prioritize buildings. So I'm going to be taking them as they come up, and I think we're going to be tested just a little bit, right? We're going to be sort of in this weird zone where it's like, do I take an extra stack of sugarcane, or do we simply go with the juicer that we've been waiting for, or something of the like, right? So these are the choices we're going to have to make, and like I said, I think we're going to be tested just a little bit in this one. With most of these super complex products, and I would put chocolate chip cookies right up there among the most complex for sure. But with a lot of these super complex products, you will find yourself, I mean, just kind of having to bide your resources, bide your cash, right? It's a race against the clock almost. It's like, can you put the build together before you run out of money? It's mostly what it comes down to. Because up until that point, you're just making sort of lesser value products. You're making a decent amount, but you're making lesser value products. So that's kind of what we're fighting against here in this one. Wish me luck. I mean, this is going to be a real tough one to put together. So let's see. I'm going to use my rolls. Could probably, well, we could secure more water wells. Let's roll again. We get more cows. So cows are very much a part of this in that to make the chocolate bar, you need to feed the milk directly into a mixer. And to make the cookie dough, you need butter in a mixer as well. So we're going to need a lot of cows in this one. Hopefully we can get some essence rewards that can help support that. We'll certainly see. But that's kind of the plan here. Let's see, what are we looking at? 5 additional sunflowers. I mean, I've got another ideal spot for them, but it's going to take some expansion. I mean, the way I see it is I'm going to use this opening wheat island here as sort of our... I mean, this is going to be part of our build, right? We're going to be making flour from this to create the overall chocolate chip cookie, right? And we're going to need a lot of wheat. And blue wheat on a sunflower, you know, does really well as far as production goes. So I think I'm going to hold on to my sunflowers for now. So here we are. We're met with our first quandary. We have 1 crusher or 20 blue wheat. Now, I feel like we kind of do need the blue wheat early on here just to get off the ground. It unlocks a lot of things for us, including electricity. So I will go with the blue wheat. And that'll probably be one of the few instances where I take a crop over a building, because we need a lot of buildings, right? So let's see this come together here. Let's go with the medium fence. Yep, we can actually get some cows on the field here nice and early, start earning some good income for us. And what we can do is, once I get that medium fence, we'll be playing some cows. Let's see, medium fence, where you at? It is being elusive so far. More blue wheat. Do we actually need more blue wheat, though? I mean, we could do it. I've got 7 Seas Explorer, so expansion isn't all that bad. I think we can probably do it. We have sunflowers, we have blue wheat. Let's do it. I can actually put another island back here, and we can use this for fuel as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll have a nice spot for a watery tree once we get one. Water is definitely a resource to consider in this one for sure. For the first essence reward, however, we get veganism, which is not in play, home sweet home, which is very nice. We also have elite cows. Tough choices here, man. Home sweet home is, I mean, it's essential, essentially. And elite cows is also very strong. I'm going to go with home sweet home here. Tough choice there. 2 very viable and very good essence rewards to get. Mill, yep, we'll be securing a mill. We need 2 of them. Exactly. So let's get our first one here. And let's make our cow island. So I'm going to go down south with the cows. We're going to throw a medium fence in there and get our cow friends here on the field. Going to have a nice full fence of our cow friends. Start getting a little bit of milk, start chipping in a little bit of extra income on another revenue stream. You bet. All right, so I'm going to expand just a little bit here. And what I want to do is I want to get sunflowers right here. And you're probably thinking, well, that's pretty random. Yeah, it is pretty random, but it's going to work out. You'll see. Well, hopefully it works out, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I said, we're racing against the clock here. We're racing against the turns here. And nothing is guaranteed. Mixer, yep, we will secure a mixer. We definitely don't want to be short on buildings. We're experiencing just a small water shortage here, so let's make sure we can get that cleaned up when possible. And what we can do is, of course, we can play our sunflowers here, and we can go with additional blue wheat right here. All right, we get more blue wheat. I think I actually will take it because we have a spot for it. It's basically just ready to go. Right? So we might as well. Don't need to overexpand. Let's get our cows on the field. And let's search for the elusive water tree. Watery tree, I should say. Alright, soy melter. Yep, we'll take the melter. We certainly need several melters in this one, actually. So let's keep going here. Let's keep going. We're starting to get a few of the things that we need, which is great. For another cow location. So basically what we have to do is we have to build a chocolate bar production stream and a cookie dough production stream, right? So we're going to do the cookie dough north, chocolate bar to the south. And both of them require cows. So I'm going to have a cow presence in the north as well. We have a medium fence here. I have 2 cows on hand. This fence is full. I think I'm just going to end my turn and kind of see what else we get drawn here. And then we can make another expansion move. I really need a water solution. More sunflowers, more medium fence. Now let's see. I'll take the sunflowers. This will help get our resources in a good spot, because once this takes off, you will notice that it's going to be very resource intensive, especially once you start adding things like sugarcane and the like, right? Things get just insanely expensive across the board. Fuel cow, that is an option. Let's grab the fuel cow. And what we can do with the fuel cow is we'll get a biofuel generator here. And we'll get a small fence for fuel cows right there. And that will help solve our fuel issues. And if we can get the essence reward black water, of course, we can really capitalize on strong fuel production and quell our water concerns. A water cow, fuel peanuts, king crab. Let's keep rolling. Don't need more sunflowers. Yolik sunflower. We do have wheat here. Let's go with the wheat. I think that's a fine play. 2,700. What do we have for our second essence reward? We have Dionysian rights. That'll be all right. We can go with that. You bet. So let's go with it. Let's play our wheats. Fill out our opening wheat island. We have corn here. I mean, in the event we get popcorn, right? I don't think it would be a terrible play. We can start a little corn zone for sure. It's not really germane to this build, but we can certainly start an area to plant some corn. Popcorn only makes the build that much stronger, right? So let's do it. We are officially out of water, though. So we're going to have to find the solution here real quick. And the watery tree comes in and bails us out in a big way, as it normally does, right? And we have some good placement. One right here, one right here, one right here. That will just save our water altogether. Very nice. You love to see it here, my friends. Good stuff. So let's expand and get our other wheat island. We're going to throw more wheat right there. And watery tree. So let's get the first watery tree down. And you can see the power of the watery tree, especially when paired with the sunflower. We know this. We love this combination here on the channel. And if you're not aware of it, well, the watery tree is strong because it takes the production on the island and gives you water in return, right? So 315 water coming from this singular watery tree. And of course, the blue wheat itself is boosted up by the sunflower. And here's the biofuel generator. Very nice. We are starting to get some of the resources that we need put together. Now, for the melter, you're probably wondering, you should probably play that and start making popcorn. Well, I've got other plans for the melter, actually. In fact, what I want to do is I want to get our cow area figured out up top here. So let's go. Let's play our cows right here. So that'll be our second fence for cows. Watery tree right there. Boom, the water comes surging back, no pun intended, in a big way. And if you get the biofuel generator with the fuel cow on the blue wheat, watery tree, sunflower comboed island, well, then you solve all three resources in a pretty big way. A giant cow, I mean, that certainly is an option. The giant cow. Water tank, another good option. In fact, I don't like passing up the water tank, especially with such an in-depth build like this. In fact, I should be playing my cows here. So I'm going to take it. And then as far as getting some buildings down, right? So we're going to need a mill right here. And this will eventually get our chocolate, right? So we're going to do chocolate down here like I kind of mentioned. And like I said, this mill is pivotal in that, obviously. It's a required building to make the chocolate mixture. So we're on our way there. A fermenter, pasteurizer, more medium fences. Let's grab a 3 stack of medium fences. It's actually a real good get right there, for sure. And then we can actually play our mixer right here, too. So we're going to need more cows here as well, because this mixer will take the cow milk directly in, right? So you might as well get cows on each side to really boost the production. So let's go. All right, we're making flour. Let's just kind of assess here. All right, so what I want to do is I'm actually going to turn off all of this for now. I don't want the mixer eating my cow milk here, although we're only getting a measly 1 production there. Yikes. Okay. All right, yep. Just got to keep building. 6 cows, yeah, that'll help. Absolutely. That will help. I don't want to overexpand, so I'm going to simply just stay put where I'm at. Let's place some more cows right here and here. Let's kind of disperse them between the 2 fences. Ultimately, like I said, we're going to need a presence of cows both in the northern production and southern. Fuel cow centrifuge. That's a good get there. And we do get the popcorn buff here. So I think this is a pretty good one to get. So let's go ahead and grab the popcorn buff. We will notice a pretty good boost, except for we're going to need a melter on our corn. And I need the melter for other things like sugarcane processing. So I'm kind of at a bit of a quandary here, my friends. So I don't think I'm going to do anything just yet with this melter, because I need to make sure that we at least get 2 for our production. So hopefully I stumble into a 2 stack of melters here soon, but we'll certainly see. Blue wheats. How about a silo? We actually get 2 of them, which is a good get. We have a nice spot for a silo right here, of course. So I think that's a fine spot for a silo that's already purchased, ready to go. And then predictably, we have another spot right here, but it will take a costly expansion for kind of, I don't want to say it's of low impact, but it kind of is. So if we went here instead and really went in on this blue wheat island, I think that's probably the better play for now. That blue wheat island is maxed out, ready to go, and it's making us a little bit of cash. And we are actually making pie crust right now. So you gotta love that. A mill. We do need a mill, but we also need an oven. So let's go ahead and secure the oven. And then let's see. So for the melter, I guess I don't have any sugarcane yet, so I might be playing it just a bit prematurely. So let's go ahead and just keep the melter in our hand. I just need more cash to expand. In fact, if we could make some pie crust early on here, might be a good option. More wheat will certainly help us make some pie crust, for sure. So why don't I actually... Let's do this. Let's get the wheat in place. Like so. Popsicles, yep. Corn, I'll take the popsicles. That's actually going to earn us a little more income, I would say. Let's go ahead and just fill the rest of this island out with the wheat. Doesn't produce all that well, but that's alright. I'm going to discard that wheat, and we're going to make this a popsicle island along with, you know, the mixer and the mill. Water tank, we're going to play that right here. This is going to boost our wheat, and we're going to get some more pie crusts as a result of that. A fuel corn. Don't really need fuel. That's solved. Another mixer. We do need another mixer, so let's grab it. Let's absolutely grab it. And what we have to do with this mixer is we have to put it right here. So let's just get a feel of what's happening here. Things are looking good. Another water tank. Let's grab that. Absolutely. We're going to need them for our sugarcane islands. We get cow deluge here, so this is a good one. I mean, obviously, we get an excessive water cost, but if we can get black water to offset that down the road, that's good. But we kind of need this because we kind of need to start building more income, right? We have expansion plans, of course, and that's going to get us there. So that's very good. Very, very good. All right, so this is going to be our main processing island for our cookie dough, right? Which means we're going to have, let's see, I think ultimately, let's go with another medium fence right here. So we're going to need some cows. Going to need a lot of them. We have a barn here, so this is nice. This will help boost up our cows, of course. So let's throw the barn right there. And these cows have just gotten strong. Very, very strong. So 42k per turn goes up to what's 44k. I mean, we'll take it. It's income. A chicken crusher. Yes, we do need a crusher. Absolutely. And the crusher has to go on this island here with the centrifuge. So let's get it in place. And that will, of course, be our future chocolate bar zone. But we got to get there and we got to get it together. So here is a mill. This is important. Let's go ahead and grab this. And let's get that in place right here. All right, watery tree. We get some cocoa trees here. So this is nice. We definitely need some cocoa trees. You can't make chocolate without the cocoa tree, right? And our first cocoa tree island is going to go right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the beneficial range of the melter to just help expand our production area. So I am going to be playing my melter right here. I hope I get 2 more so we can utilize the popcorn buff. And we also need another melter in the north. So let's see. A water tank. It actually wouldn't be a terrible idea to go with the water tank right here. That's why you grab them. Yolik sunflower. Definitely an option. Regular sunflower. Can we use a few more? We could, but it's kind of low concern. fuel wheat, regular cows. How about regular cows? We certainly need more cows. So let's go ahead and grab those. All right, I'm not going to neglect the north any longer. And you see that water cost, right? It gets very, very out of control very quickly. And the fuel cows do the same thing. So we're going to need more watery trees. Here's a fridge, though. Definitely need the fridge, so let's grab that. All right, 83K coming out the bank. And we have tropical soil, paste bloom, or golden chance. Let's go with tropical soil. Probably get some benefit from that. And let's see. So for our fridge. So we're going to need the fridge. We'll need it right here on this island. This is ultimately going to make us butter. And then the butter goes in the mixer. A fermenter, engineer cow, soft crab, blue wheat, another barn. Do we need another barn? I mean, we certainly could use it. Though the scary thing about the barn is you have cow delusion effect, right? And it doubles the water cost of your cows. So you gotta be real careful with it, but I think it's a good one to secure in our hand right now. And like I said, I'll just secure it. We'll just hold on to it for now. Another mill, we do not need another mill, but a giant cow is certainly in play because we need a lot of cows. So let's go ahead and grab the giant cow. And what's the water cost like on those? Was it 65? Wow, yikes. It's alright. We do have a surplus of water, of course. More popsicles? Yes, you bet. Got a nice spot for these. Let's play them down here. 125K coming out the bank. We have eclipsed the $1 million mark, which is great. Looks like we're making some butter down here as well. Well, liquid butter. I kind of like this hodgepodge of stuff we have coming together here. So the fun thing about these builds is, and here's the 2 stack of melters that we were looking for. We also get a 2 stack of crushers. We definitely need another crusher. We have one, but we need another one as well. So it does sort of create this need for priority, right? I think the melter is the higher priority, though, of course. Because we can use it for the popcorn buff, which is going to make us a little more cash to make us a little more stable. So let's go ahead and grab the melter. And then the melter, of course, is going to go right here. So we can start making that scalded milk, right? And then we'll also throw one. I mean, we can actually expand twice here and make popcorn. Boom. All right, making some popcorn, and that's going to get routed to our animal friends, or maybe it's not. I mean, is it not? Guess we'll find out. Mixer, do we need another mixer? Got one, we got 2. So we're good on the mixer. Barns. I mean, I could always use more barns, but I've already kind of stated the caveat with the barn is your water cost gets out of control. The oven, we already have the oven in place. Fuel wheat, olive tree, Banicula pasture, another barn. Let's roll again. I mean, could have gone with the lake maybe to stave off some of the water, but I think I'm all right. I'm confident we're going to be able to get that under control. Let's roll again. Popsicle, sure. We'll take it. It's useful. It works. It fits. Got a spot for it. And here we go with the barn again. I'm just getting trolled here, my friends. So let's grab it. Let's grab the barn. Sure. All right. So what do we have going on here? We have scalded milk. So we need a centrifuge to process that further. We have the fridge in place here, so we can actually start making butter, but again, we're waiting on a building, right? Let's grab the water tank while we're waiting, though, and get elite cows. So this is a very good one to get as well. So we're definitely getting that. 70K goes to 76. Okay, so incremental. So 43. So this doubles if we get the barn there. I don't think we're in a good water situation to do that quite yet. So I'm going to have to hold off just a little bit. And then I think I can get a water tank. right here. It's either here or here. I think I'll hold on to it. It depends. Another fridge. Yes, we do need another fridge. All right, so we're getting our chocolate mixture. So if I get the fridge in place right here. Let's see what happens. Corn, yes. Okay, so that's the chocolate bar. Let me remind myself again. So chocolate chips cookie here, right? So it needs, right, refined sugar, yeah. So we're far off. We need sugar cane, yeah. That's the big missing element here. See, you got so many different products. It's really a challenge sometimes to put it all together. It truly is. Okay, the popcorn buff is working. That's good. Certainly need it. Blue wheat oven lake. I mean, I could start thinking about putting in some lakes. It's at 9:33. I suppose we can go ahead and get some lakes in place here. We also have the barns too, so you can get a very strong zone that is buffed up. In fact, this one right here is pretty impactful. So let's go ahead and let's get a lake right here. That'll help just a little bit. I'm essentially just looking for another watery tree, or in 9 days here if we get black water, right? There are things that can just bail us out immediately, so I'm not like super concerned about the water, although we're under 10,000 surplus right now. And ideally, you get another barn here. I need this real estate for sugarcane, right? I haven't seen a juicer, though, so that's kind of concerning. So I think what I can do is I'm going to put the lake right here. It's going to help just a little bit. But I'm also going to be able to pump up this area without really worrying about a water increase, although looks like the water increase takes effect anyways. Yeah, that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. The lake is supposed to make adjacent animals cost 0 water. That's all right, my friends. Let's hope it doesn't really sink this one, though. I guess we're going to find out. We're going to find out real soon. All right, so centrifuge has to go right here. And this will enable us to start making butter, of course. Lake Guardian. Yeah, let's take the Lake Guardian. It does have some utility here, believe it or not. And it doesn't look like my cows up here are producing anything. I am baffled by this. Soy giant chicken, more just regular cows. Let's do it. Yeah, so it's like the lake doesn't work anymore now. That's okay, though, because we get black water to bail us out in the biggest way possible. And now we're back good with the water. Amazing how that works, isn't it? It's kind of essential. Black water. So we don't need another fridge. We have an oven. Medium fences. Do we need more medium fences? I mean, kind of. Yeah, that one came in the nick of time, didn't it? Alright, so we can get another medium fence right here. I'm looking for juicers here, my friends. Juicers. Let's go. Let's play the Lake Guardian right there. Crabs, giant carrot barn. Unicorn, how about that? Although, we did take it over the crushers that we need. Keep in mind. This game will make you choose. But let's go ahead and get our unicorns in place. I mean, that's one of the few cards I'd probably take over the buildings I need. And in fact, I saw the unicorn and it's just like, all right, yeah, we got to go unicorn here. And let's go barn right here. Our cows should be in a really strong position. Alpha wolf, female rabbit. Crab collector, water chicken. Soft crab, scarecrow. Bio generator. Cross. How about sugarcane, though? Our first few units of sugarcane on the field. Hopefully this prompts a juicer to show up. Whoops. Okay, yeah. I actually need to play my sugarcane down here because I'm going to have my juicer right here. So let's ignore that. Let's act like that one didn't happen. It's all right. It certainly happens. Not the end of the world. We'll be all right. This is a surefire sugarcane spot right here, though. So let's go. Cocoa trees. Yep. Need more of them. Yeah, because we need more wheat here because it's on the silo. I should have saw that coming, but that's all right. Still hoping that this build comes together and ends up being very strong. We're going to find out. Like I said, we're racing against the clock, although the income looks pretty good so far. And you can thank all of the cow essence rewards, right? Here's a juicer. Tremendous. Alright, so this guy's all filled up with cocoa trees. Let's add some more. And let's get an idea of what's happening here. So we got... Okay. So we need the juicer right here. And this will help us start to make some sugar. Now, it's not going to be the refined variety, of course. But we're at least making sugar. We're making some pie crust. We're making some butter. We have some popcorn. A few different revenue streams of sugarcane, cocoa liquor, flour. Liquid butter is the champ right now, of course. And that's because both centrifuges are making it for us. And the cows are really, really buffed up. Refinery, yes, absolutely. That's exactly what we need. So now this should come together here. If we put the refinery right there, this should come together to make... Should be making a chocolate bar, I would think. Okay, so what's going on? We have the refined sugar going to the melter. So this is where structural priority really does come in handy. So let's eliminate that. In fact, let's eliminate the scalded milk here as well. Just keep it on these two products here. A crusher, what do we want you doing? Don't want you making that. Although if you can, I suppose, do it. No, it's actually not going to be able to make that yet. So let's go with that. Juicer. Obviously just the sugarcane. Refinery, just the refined sugar. And the centrifuge here. I don't want it making pie crust or butter anymore. Mill, we need it. We need this particular one processing the cocoa mixture. And then for our mixer here, we need this making this right here. And then for this fridge, of course, the chocolate bar. We can keep butter on there too. All right, so this should work. Let's see. Get 2 crushers there. How about that? There we go. Chocolate bar into the oven. Very nice. And of course, since it went into the oven, it's not a sellable product. So we're going to remedy this here real quick by turning all of this off. And we have the 2 crushers that we're looking for in place as well. So this is very nice. It's actually coming together really nicely. Dealer's hand, yes. So we need a crusher right here. And then I also need a crusher we got a crusher right there. So our remaining crusher needs to go right here. Let's see. So what do we need you doing? We need you making this, ultimately. And this one's still a bit messy because we need a juicer in the north here. And a refinery. So looking for a juicer and a refinery. Let's get it. Wheat, blue wheat, crow. Fuel cow. Do we need more fuel cows? Not really at all. Fermenter, wolf, wheat. More cocoa trees, though. How about that? This will be one of these things where you get your build off the ground and then you kind of check your sell sheet and you see what you need to increase or decrease. And something goofy is happening here with... Although we did make the chocolate bar, so that's encouraging still. So what we mean by Terracards madness here, my friends. Sometimes it's a little unpredictable. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there with the mixer. Here's another refinery, though. So that's good. Yeah, we got all kinds of goofy stuff happening. and this is pretty well calibrated down here. I'm confident in my selections. We are making the chocolate bar, but it's still a little confusing to me exactly what's going on. But what's new? Wouldn't be another day in the life of Terracards if we weren't a little confused about something or another, right? So I want this mixer focusing on the cookie dough. I think we can start getting this set up properly. This is our flour mill right here. Absolutely. In fact, we can get some more flour laced in here, probably like right here, right here. Get some sugar cane right here. It actually buffs up our cows. So this is actually our high priority spot for the sugar cane. Let's see if we can stumble across some more sugar cane though, right? It's been pretty sparse. Giant sunflower. Not really a play. How about the watery tree? We could use it. Question is, where's a good spot to use it? So I think ultimately we can go right here with it. It pairs well with sugarcane because sugarcane is very water intensive, but it also gets very good production. So a watery tree will go well there. It'll go well here as well. We're going to have another sugarcane island. Need another juicer though, my friends. Looking for the juicer. Let's go. There it is. We get a 2-stack. How about that? Tremendous. All right, so that is good. So now I believe if all goes correctly, we should be able to put this together. All right, refined sugar, again, going into the melter. So let's fix that. In fact, let's calibrate the north here. So let's get all of this turned off, except for scalded milk and refined sugarcane juice. Let's turn that off. We want you making butter only. We want you making refined sugar, obviously, as your only option. Centrifuge, what do we want you doing? So we want you to refine our sugar for us, and that's it. This can get finicky sometimes, too. Sometimes if you just click off on another island, you'll get the little finger pointer, but it doesn't always show up, as you can see there. Anyways, so we're good here. Mixer. Let's check this. Yep, got that. Got the flour. Got this. All right, let's see what happens. I'm hoping that we strike gold here. We're gonna find out. Except for the oven, let's go ahead and turn on chocolate chip cookie, and let's see what happens. Another melter. Okay, things aren't going according to plan, it feels. Biofuel generator. Fuel wheats. More popsicles. Alright, what did we make? We made the chocolate bar. A bunch of scalded milk now. Why are we making scalded milk and not butter exactly? What is going on here? I feel like the mixer is eating my product again. And it's not feeding it to where it needs to go. It seems like the production chain ends with the mixer. Am I right? Yeah. It goes into each mixer and just dies. It appears. Let's see. Yeah, refined sugar into the mixer dies. So that's clearly what's happening there. And into this mixer and dies. So it's supposed to make this, and then it's supposed to send this to the fridge to make the chocolate bar. Strangely enough, we're still getting the chocolate bar. We have some leftover cocoa liquor. And then that chocolate bar is supposed to go to the crusher. And then this mixer here is supposed to make the cookie dough, which it should have everything it needs going in to make the cookie dough. And it's supposed to send that cookie dough to this crusher to make the chocolate chip cookie. That's what's supposed to be happening. Now, is it happening? Definitely not. By my calculations, we should be there. So what is going on here? Terracard gods, help me out here. Help a guy out. Let me just turn these mixers off and see what happens, I guess. Doesn't make sense that when you end your turn, we're still making chocolate bars without our mixers. This is bizarro stuff here, my friends. Bizarro stuff. I mean, I think ultimately we do need more sugarcane, but it's kind of concerning to me that the mixers aren't functioning as they should be. So let's try it again, right? We turned them off for a little bit. Let's try it again. Let's turn them back on. Now we're making like, what, $300,000 worth of stuff? The chocolate bar spawns on turn end. Man, this is wacky stuff here for sure. Let's see. So the crusher is the vessel that needs to be fed with both ingredients. If I throw a crusher here, maybe. I mean, this is a long shot. Because it's the mixer that's all screwed up, right? Would not be the first time that the mixer has been bugged up. That's for sure. That's a real shame. I mean, by my calculations, this works. It should work. It absolutely should. I don't know, maybe if we add more sugar, I guess. Terracards madness here, my friends. It's hard to explain. It really is. $78 chocolate bars. Mixer eating my stuff. Is the mixer, like, not getting butter for some reason? So where's the butter going? I think maybe that is part of the question. Let's take a look. Let's see. Did I turn off liquid butter here? I did. Okay, so this might have been my fault the whole time. Let's see. Let's continue to monitor this. I'm still not making... Okay, so we're making butter. We're making a lot of it. It's being made right here, but it's not going to the mixer. We need the mixer to, of course, make the cookie dough, right? All three of these elements should be meeting at this mixer right here. There goes the flour. I don't even see where the butter goes. But the butter's on our sell sheet. It's actually selling very well. I'm sitting here shaking my head, my friends. I can't explain it. I don't know what's going on. Hey, we made cookie dough, okay? So we got cookie dough. Hey, we have the chocolate chip cookie. What the heck happened? We made it, chocolate chip cookie. What happened, though? I have no clue what happened, but this is why we call it Terracards Madness here, my friends. I'm going to grab another mixer. I mean, I don't know if the one we have it has a recall on it or something, but 78 chocolate chip cookies. So I think what we have to do now, it's pretty obvious to me that we need more chocolate bars, right? And for whatever reason, we're not seeing the production chain come together and the little icon appear above the oven, but we clearly are making it. So I don't know why it at turn end pops up. It's weird to me. It's bizarre, but we have 103 chocolate chip cookies now. All right, so let's keep rolling here. Day 200. We're feeling better about things now. I was very much doubting. Like, you guys would have no idea. Like you have no idea how many runs I've done where you just fall flat on your face. You fall short due to some issue. But we are making the products we set out to make. We have a bunch of leftover butter, that's for sure. So with so much leftover butter, it's a sugar issue. It's a sugar issue. So I've got to really get more sugarcane. I think more sugarcane gets this thing to the next level. So let's focus on some more sugarcane. I really apologize about my confusion there, my friends. Like I said, you can sometimes put a build together. Everything is working like it should. And you don't make the product you seek to make. And then other times, things can seem and appear broken, and then for some reason, chocolate chip cookies just start spawning out of nowhere. Which I guess isn't a terrible thing if you like chocolate chip cookies. Sunflower 11 stack. No, I need more sugar cane. So hook it up, game. Let's go. A silo, though. Yeah, we could use a 2 stack of silos. So let's get the silo going. 98. So I don't know why it fluctuates a little bit here and there. There should be some more flour for us. Okay. Alright, more raw sugar so we can refine it. So sugar cane, let's find it. Giant cow, sure. This game needs like a destiny draw, you know, reminiscent of like Yu-Gi-Oh or something, right? Where you can just select a stack of what you want, and that's what you get, right? Needs something like that. So this is prime sugarcane real estate if we ever get it. We can add a barn up here, though. We're making a lot of money, that's for sure. Blue wheat, fuel corn, another fridge, watery tree. I mean, we could go with the watery tree, and the play certainly would be to take arboreal bounty if it becomes available, but then you kind of lose out big time on your cocoa trees, right? But it's an option. So I can kind of get my watery trees in place here. We'll see if we can make some magic happen. But I think we need more sugarcane down here in the south. So let's get it. Medium fence. Just don't need it. Is there a play with the crab collector here? If I could get another juicer right here. That's an option. Yeah, there doesn't really feel like a great play with the crab collector. I mean, could maybe get it right here to just boost up our corn. But I'm not really seeing an opening with the crab collector. So here we go. We can get the flood. So this will actually double. So with the Lake Guardian on the field, and you notice our negative fuel cost now. My goodness. So we got a juicer. Let's throw it right here. Need every drop of sugarcane I can get, I suppose. Alright, olive tree. Don't need it. Vulture, alpha wolf. I really don't like a reroll. So let's take the vulture and then just discard it. Alright, 103 chocolate chip cookies. Man, is this a complex build? Your head can just spin in circles trying to put this one together. Give it a shot, though. Give it a shot if you are feeling ambitious. It's a tough one to put together. And it's a tough one to get enough of what you need for, of course. A biofuel generator, so I have a great spot for you. Now I could take my corn production here. We really only need one more placement of the biofuel generator. Maybe I can hold out for some wheat. It's not like we're really hurting for fuel. I mean, we have almost 2 million in the bank, right? So I'm actually completely fine with this. Let's see if we can maybe get some more wheat. Alright, chocolate chip cookies, cookie dough, sunflower paste, cocoa liquor. We have a bunch of flour, so it's not flour that's holding us back. It's obviously the sugar. Yeah, because the cocoa liquor mixes with the refined sugar. Yeah, so we need more refined sugar in the south. We still do, right? Watery tree, yes. Grab that. Throw that right here. But yeah, there's definitely something goofy going on with the animations. We shouldn't really have too much variability. I realize we do have Dionysian rites in play, so that can create some variability, but it shouldn't be creating as much as we're seeing. Another day in Terracards Madness here, my friends. It just is. There you go. That cross will go ahead and patch up your fuel supply. Alright, Alpha Wolf King Crab. Mill water tank. We can make use of the water tank. If we get another stack of sugarcane, it's going to come in handy. So we have 2 water tanks here. I'm going to get a water tank here. I'm going to get one here as well. Need more sugarcane in the south. Let's go. Can actually start putting structures around this too. So I think I will do that. The structures will, of course, help boost up your sugarcane. Adjacent structures, that is. Popsicles. Yes, actually. And let's see. So for sugarcane itself. +2 production and +2 water cost per cows in 2 island range. So these aren't quite in a 2 island range. So this plant is severely lacking behind, right? And honestly, I think we've seen sugarcane like twice. So let's see if we can get some more sugarcane. Maybe I can get a fence of cows right here. Okay, it must mean that it buffs up the cow. It's not a symbiotic thing where they both buff each other up. But it definitely gets buffed up by adjacent structures. No question in my mind there. I mean, 1.5k, it's pretty insane. A scarecrow, yep, we'll take the scarecrow. Let's go with Peanut Fest. Play the cow, black sheep, engineer cow. Just basic wheat. Haven't seen you in a while, basic wheat. I'll play you right here. Give a little more flour to the cost. Let's go. Alright, so let's see some of the progress that has been made. 135 units of chocolate chip cookies now. Very nice. We're going to keep on in this fashion. Water tank. We could probably use it. I just don't know how much more sugarcane we're going to see. This is going to become a very strong island right here, of course, with the structures. Do we double up this one right here? I think I can throw a water tank here. Probably throw one right here too. Just doesn't feel like we're going to get a lot more sugarcane. Okay, so now the animations are happening. Interesting. I'm just so confused by this sometimes, man. I tell you. Water wells, yes. Okay, very nice. We are making the chocolate chip cookie. The production chain is completing. Now, I must admit, for a while there, I had liquid butter turned off. That is on me, certainly. But this is what I had envisioned. And it just feels good when it comes together here, my friends. Not sure what changed. But the Terracard gods smile upon us now. Alright, so smile upon me again and hook me up with some sugarcane. What do you say, game? Let's go. Centrifuge, lake, king crab, centrifuge. I mean, let's go with the centrifuge and just discard it. We don't need it. Let's throw the biofuel generator right here. I'm sick of being in the negative. Oh, never mind. It's creating the paste bloom. But of course. All right, 159. Let's keep going. Let's keep building. So I'll get some carrots. We'll throw them right here. Get that fuel solved again. I mean, LOL, right? Obviously, when Dionysian Rites is in play, very strong. Works very well. We do have a fuel cow here, and we have a small fence. So this will be good. Just a couple more of those. We'll fix this right up. We have Gluttonous Feast. We have Arboreal Bounty. Do we have a watery tree down here? I mean, it is going to prevent us from adding more cocoa trees, right? Which isn't good, but it will give us double production. So we're kind of at an impasse here. What do we have? We owe 82 million in 10 days. That's looking pretty steep. So let's go with it. We're making 1.3 million, so this might be... We might be nearing the end here, my friends. $159 though. Let's go. So if I can get a tree on this island here, then we're going to be able to just squeeze a bit more out of it, right? But that's a nice production chain right there, I must admit. And we did what we sought out to do, right? Made some chocolate chip cookies. This game can make your head spin if you play it long enough. A crusher. I mean, we don't need it for structural reasons, but we can use it to put adjacent to our sugarcane to boost it up more. So let's do that and just decommission. And decommission. Alright, well, we are staring at the end here, my friends. Just starting to gain some momentum. It would have been great to just get a sugarcane stack. A nice, like, 16 stack. Or a 20 stack. You watch, we're going to get it. Get another refinery. Yolik sunflower. I guess we'll take the Yolik sunflower and cry ourselves to sleep. We had the infrastructure in place. Man, this build could have gone somewhere for sure. But we have, you know, this, and this for sugarcane in this particular one. Very, very hard, but we did manage to make 172 units of chocolate chip cookies. And that is, of course, including the start trouble that we were having, right? Some of the funkiness, some of the weirdness, some of the strangeness. Despite all of that, we still managed to achieve our goal and make 172 chocolate chip cookies. So with that said, my friends, I think what we're going to do is we're going to sell... We're going to make our final sale here, I suppose. But we're going to do it with a smile on our face. We're going to do it feeling good, knowing that we accomplished our goal. We made a fine chocolate chip cookie little production chain here. Now, I do think this production chain works really well. Of course, an aspect of Terracards is you never really know what you're going to get, right? And that definitely worked against us in this one. We got the buildings we needed. We got an abundance of the buildings that we needed. But of course, we just didn't quite get the sugar cane. And we can't do it without sugar, my friends. Sugarcane, it's one of those hit or miss cards. Sometimes it feels like you get it a lot. Other times it feels like you just barely sniff it, right? And in this particular one, we barely sniffed it. And it kind of held us back, but ultimately we still put together a very strong build. I mean, just FYI, you know, newsflash here, my friends. Cows are very strong, right? Cow products, butter. I mean, even liquefied butter, right? Even liquid butter. Very strong. It does very well. Very good. I'm thinking about just doing a butter-centric run where we just try to make as much butter as possible. That sounds fun. I like structures that, or I like builds that use structures that have 2 range on it, right? And the butter is, of course, created in the centrifuge, but it's supported by the melter. It's got potential, for sure. And obviously on the agenda, we also have the plant cow run that I was originally expecting to do today, but it didn't work out because certain essence rewards aren't working the way that they need to really make the build even enjoyable content for you to watch. So, like I said, I'm going to put that on the shelf and await a new game update. Some of those issues are resolved. And then we're going to do the plant cow run. Looking forward to that one as well. I figured as a nice little consolation, you would appreciate some chocolate chip cookies. It took us a while to get there, my friends, but we did indeed get there, and that's what counts. So I'm going to end my turn and fail out here. Here is the final statistics. Made it to day 271 with this build here. And I'm going to chalk this one up as a success. I mean, we faced adversity, and we got there, and that's what matters. So with that said, my friends, I think I'm going to get on out of here. I do want to thank you, though, for your viewership. I really do appreciate it. If you like Terracards, if you like this game, if you want to continue to see content on this game, you can just become a subscriber to the channel if you like playing this game, you know, regularly here. We've got plenty of other cool games that we're looking at, too. We do playthrough series here. I've also gotten into sort of the phase of some just previews of games, right? There's all kinds of games out there. I know this particular community has an affinity for the farming type games, so I try to work in a new farming type game here and there. I've been getting recommendations. If you want to give me a recommendation, you can certainly do that in the comment section of this video here, or you can join the Discord. Link in the video description. There is a channel on the server dedicated for game suggestions. So feel free to come on in if you like. Certainly don't have to, but it's a great community there. Awesome people. I'm sure you'd make some friends and, you know, find some like-minded people. Absolutely. So anyways, my friends, for like the 5th time, I'm getting on out of here. I really do appreciate it, though. Thank you so much. I'll be catching you in the next video. Thanks a lot.